It's like, oh, I can't even explain what am I doing. Look at that, it's a lovely shape, isn't it? That's delicious. I know it's delicious. Where's my phone? I need to call my mum. Mum, look what I made. Let's put it on here just for absolute giggles for the beginning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Spoonula. This video is all going to be about upsetting people. I don't intend it to, but it probably will, and it doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to blend cultures. I don't like this. Now, what do I mean by that? We're going to do something with freekeh. I'm going to do this technique called velveting with chicken, and then we're going to do something else, which I don't quite know yet. My my editor said, can you please be concise with the intros? So I've absolutely fudged this one up already. Let's get... My brain is going. Let's get the old board of dreams out. So this is what I want you to understand with cooking, okay? There's loads of amazing techniques that we can use and utilise, but maybe take them into a different cuisine. Freekeh. If you've never had freekeh, freekeh in the morning, get freekeh at night. I'd say it's mainly used in sort of Middle Eastern cuisine. So we're going to stick that. That's going to be our sort of like grounding number. That's going to be like, you know, day 6 at a festival. Where's that tree where all my mates were hugging last night? That's going to be that, freekeh. You're going to be our central core. So we're going to cook that quite simply, toast it off in a pan, lovely jubbly. Now, the technique that I want to show you with chicken, velveting. Velveting is a technique that's used in Asian cuisine. I always do one variation, and what it is, you use bicarb, and it changes the texture of the chicken and makes it unbelievable. Tick. Then I just seen, look at that, that's a lovely shape, isn't it? Smashed cucumber. Smashed cucumber's Asian, right? Why can't we make it a Middle Eastern? Tahini is a wonderful Middle Eastern ingredient. See where I'm going here? Then we'll do something else, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there. Another couple of drinks and I'll be there. But let's get started. Freaking in the morning, freaking in the evening. They do a smoked one, which is amazing. I'm gonna cook the whole lot, nice and simple. What is freekeh? Very good question. Lightly toasted, cracked grains of young wheat. Delicious, nutty taste. That's what I like. Good glug of oil, and I just like to toast it off. Low heat, we're on. So with chicken, when you're doing velveting, the technique is that you should normally freeze the breasticle so that you can get nice thin slices, but this is not frozen. This is a fresh one straight out of a paquet. What you want to do is slice, I think they say across the grain, I never really remember. You want to slice this way though, whatever way that is, because what this does is allows the texture to be sexy. So slice them into like medallions like this. This goes into the bowl. Bicarb of soda. I've done this before. I did it on TikTok a little while ago. Have you ever tried velveting? And my friend Xiang's workshop, he got really drunk and had a pop at me and said I did it completely wrong. Now he's probably right, but what I did is I put the bicarb in, and then you're meant to mix it through, just mix it through with some egg white I think, and then you're meant to blanch it in boiling water to remove the soapiness of the bicarb. I've never had an issue with the bicarb tasting soapy because I don't put enough, and the flavours that I'm using are overpowering that. Bicarb into the chicken, then a little bit of cornflour, and then just a little bit of soy sauce. Now I did this thing with Kikkoman ages ago. The chefs were all brought in to cook a dish, and they were like, use soy sauce as if it's not a sauce of this, it's a seasoning, which it is. And all of them were like, oh, I've got a stir fry. So everyone did a stir fry where the chef was looking for them to use it as just like a little dribble of salty goodness. I'm gonna keep it as simple as that. All you need to do now is put this to one side and let the bicarb do its magic. Look, freekeh is toasting. You can see that the colours are changing. That little subtle nuance, you can smell it. Oh, it's like, oh, I can't even explain what am I doing. This is a nondescript cube going in. Oh, gonna get some water. Okay, that's going. Bring that to the boil. We're in a very good place. Now, let's turn our attention to this. I'm only gonna do half. Some people take the seeds out and some people don't, because if you just like give it a, like that, then you're done, aren't you? You smashed it. So that can go in there. Because we're gonna go Middle Eastern spicy flavours, tahini is a wonderful one. Garlic, lovely. What else goes with it? Cumin seeds, coriander seeds. This I'm gonna double up because I'm gonna use this for the chicken as well. I think this is the exciting thing about food. It's like, just fuck with it, who cares? If you don't call it what it's meant to be, then we can't upset anyone. If you just reinvented a dish, great. Oh, get off, mate. Right, garlic in, tahini. I actually saw this thing about tahini the other day when someone was making hummus, and they were like, oh, you don't need to put any extra oil in hummus because there's loads of oil in tahini. But I was like, I like a bit of oil in my hummus. Smoked chili powder. This is from Spice Mountain. I can hear the spices burning. I always say cooking is like you use all of your senses, right? I could hear them cracking. Can't hear them cracking. You can hear things, you can smell things, you build up your senses like that. Right, so there's some pepper already in there. That's all right, we'll leave that in there. Spices toasting. Rightio. Spices down. Oh, I love coriander and cumin. Such a slut for it. Yeah, I am. Right, world's biggest tub of smoked salt. So think of this as almost as like a seasoning mix now. You've just made your own little dry rub. Congratulations. So I'm just gonna put it in here to coat. Gonna need some lemon in it. Right, so you always use the zest. Don't waste the zest. If you're not gonna zest it, peel it, and then you can use it. Keep it in like a Ziploc bag in the fridge. Ah, what am I gonna use it for? Just use it, mate. Limoncello. Right, in you go. So when you put a bit of salt on the cucumber, it draws out all the moisture. So you might need to leave this a little bit, let it do its funky thing, and then you'll be in a good place. It's amazing. Freekeh's cooking, that takes 10 minutes. Our chicken is velvetized, so let's get that going. Okay, so look, here's our chicken. If you look closely, see all those striations, that's where the bicarb's really working its magic. Like I said, if you Google velveting the technique as a whole, there will be lots of variations of it. This one, because the flavour that I'm gonna put onto this is gonna be quite overpowering, you're not gonna taste the bicarb. Trust me, I've done this enough times to say, trust me now. Don't need to wash it off. Just gonna be clear, you don't need to wash it off because we're only using a little bit. Into a pan, oil, this is just some veg oil, and then in with the chicken. Try and spread it out because it's done nice and thin. It will cook super quick if the pan actually gets hot. Spread you out, spread you out. Now trust me, this technique, honestly, the texture is like, the first time I ever did it, it tastes like raw chicken. You're like, that doesn't feel cooked because it's so soft, but it's unbelievable. So our freekeh, you can see that it's starting to soften up. Now this is quite a nutty one, so when you have a taste, it's got a bit more of a bite to it than, like you would say, like a pearl barley or a rice or something like that. So that freekeh is about 2 minutes off. This chicken is almost ready. And then if you start to think about this dish as a whole, that's make no sense whatsoever. You're gonna have this beautiful earthy freekeh, which is like a bit nutty, maybe touch smoky. Then you're gonna have some fresh cucumber that's gonna be sitting there, which is gonna sort of like help sort of like lift everything. Then you're gonna have this chicken, which is gonna play the role of like the protein. And we're gonna stick a little bit of flavouring onto it, but nothing too much. You can do this in cubes. Do this technique and skewer it up. Honestly, unbelievable. Crispy, crispy goodness. Okay, so at this stage, your chicken is about like a minute off, if that, right? So I'm gonna put in a little bit of this spice mix, and then I'm sort of gonna start thinking a little bit about like, what is a Middle Eastern-y kind of vibe, right? Sharpness. This is a little bit of pomegranate molasses to keep it down that sort of like Middle Eastern-y style. And then you gotta think, okay, that's sharp, salty, a little bit aromatic, what next? Just the tiniest little bit of honey, just to sort of balance that tanginess out. I'm gonna have a taste of this, because I haven't actually tried it, but you don't understand this technique, how fucking brilliant it is. Putting a fork into that makes me feel like it's like a scallop. That kind of texture. Oh my God. Please. I said I'm not gonna beg you anymore. Try it. Right, so look, your freekeh, your velvetized Middle Eastern chicken. Someone asked for a video on how to plate up dishes. I am so bad at plating up. I just think food just goes onto a plate and you eat it and it's yum yum. Look, your smashed cucumber, Middle Eastern style, why not? Got a little bit of spring onion here. Use what you got. Maybe some fresh coriander. Oh, that coriander makes me feel weird. Right, you bunch of absolute sausage rolls. That is a real playful twist on using techniques to make something that shouldn't exist within that realm. That's fucking delicious. I know it's delicious. Where's my phone? I need to call my mum. Mum, look what I made. So there you go. I don't know what else to say. Should I just eat some and pretend it's really delicious? I know it's delicious. Get a little bit of everything. The cucumber. Oh my God. A bit of chicken. And when I talk about balancing flavours, not every flavour has to come into play at the same time or in the same dish. They just have to work together. And they may not even be like a punchy, like up here. That chicken, that pomegranate molasses, you don't really taste it, but what you have is that kind of like nullified a little bit of the sweetness from the honey and kind of amplified a little bit of the fattiness. This is what cooking is about. It's not about going sweet, sour, bitter. It's about going, how can I just sort of like take the edge off of something that I put in, or how does this all work together? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is fucking delicious. 15 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you're seeing, keep commenting. Like, subscribe, follow, all that shizer. Let me know what you want to see, who you want to see. I'll get my my PR company onto it. I haven't got a fucking PR company. But you know, if there's people you want to see, I want to get musicians in, sports people, whatever, you name it. I'll message them and see if they want to come in and chat. Yeah, mate, you ain't got any followers. What's the point? What exposure am I going to get? Oh, fuck off. Come and cook with me and have a laugh. Right, love ya. Peace.